Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Beauty of Language. So today in this video I am going to talk about the summary of the story with the photographer. Since many of you asked for the long video of this story, I have already uploaded the shorts about the summary of all the 5 stories which you have in ICSE class 10 syllabus. So if you are not satisfied with that one, you want more information, then you can definitely listen to this one. And I have prepared it in such a way that suppose you are leaving for exam and you just have around 5-10 minutes left, then you just listen to this video, watch this video, and you are ready to give the exam. Okay, so you will not have to go through the text and go through line by line. I have narrated the whole story and made it easier for you to understand. I have made the video in Hindi also. If you want to listen in Hindi, then you can watch my video on my channel Beauty Bharadwaj. And if you want the explanation of the poems in ICSE class 10 treasure chest, then all the poems have already been uploaded. The videos on drama Julius Caesar have also been uploaded. You can check them all out after you finish watching this one. So getting this started, and also if you are new to this channel, or if you haven't subscribed it yet, please do subscribe it. Starting the explanation of the story with the photographer written by Stephen Leacock. Okay, so this is a story which is written in the first person. That is, the writer is telling about the experience he had with the photographer. That is how the name of the story must have been kept. Stephen is around 40 years old when this incident happens. Stephen, the writer, okay. So he wants to get his photograph taken so that he can give it to his friends. He wants them to remember him after he dies. So he goes to a photographer's studio. Then he describes the photographer. He is a dull looking man who walks with a bent back. Okay, so he tells Stephen to wait, and Stephen, he waits for about 1 hour. So during this time he reads some magazines which were kept there. Then the photographer, he finally calls Stephen and asks him to sit on a stool. So the photographer brings out a big camera and goes under the black cloth. He does not seem happy with what he sees. Okay, so he comes out and removes the curtain with a rod, probably to get more light. So if you, means you all are Gen Z, so you don't know how, I don't know if you have seen how photos were taken back then when there were no phones. Okay, so there used to be a camera, it was covered with a black cloth, and the photographer went inside it and then clicked the photo. Okay, so he went under the cloth for a very long time. So Stephen jokes in his mind that maybe the photographer is praying to God to take a good photo. But after some time, the photographer, he comes out looking very serious, okay, and says that Stephen's face is wrong, and he says it would look better if he were fatter and more chubby. Okay, so Stephen, after listening to this, he feels hurt, but then he agrees politely. Okay. He also jokes back that even the photographer's face would look better if it were more chubby. Okay, in the beginning he takes it very lightly. Okay, he accepts the fact that okay, yes, his face is not that fat, not that chubby. So the photographer, he then starts behaving very strangely. He holds Stephen's face in his hands and twists it from side to side. So when he was doing it, Stephen thought that the photographer is going to kiss him. So he closed his eyes, but obviously he wasn't going to do so. So then the photographer, he says, Stephen's head is not good. He goes back to the camera and then he keeps giving him instructions. Open the mouth, close it, change your expression. He even complains about Stephen's ears. He makes Stephen droop your ear, roll your eyes. He says, put your hand on your knees, bend your neck, squeeze your stomach, so that his face would look fuller. Even after all these, the photographer, he is not at all satisfied. Stephen finally, he gets angry and tells him to stop. Because obviously no one likes to be told that you are not good looking, or your eyes are not good, your ears are not good, you're not too fat, or you are too fat. Okay, so he felt bad. So he said that this face is my face and I have lived with it for 40 years. So this is the face that God has given him. He knows that it may not be handsome, he may not be that handsome, but it is his real face. It is his face, his eyes, his ears, and he has learned to live with it and love it. Just when Stephen is about to get up, the photographer, he suddenly clicks the photo and he says that he somehow managed to capture the right expression. So Stephen asks that can I see the photo, but the photographer says that come back come back on Saturday, because the negative has to be developed first. Okay, a negative, if you can ask your parents what negatives were before the photos were printed. On Saturday, the photographer shows Stephen a proof. Actually it's a sample photo, that if it is approved, then he will make the copy of that and give it to him. So when Stephen saw the proof, he says that it does not look like me at all. When he saw that photo, the first thing is that he said that, is it me? So the photographer, he proudly says, yes, it is you. Stephen said, the eyes don't look like mine. So the photographer said, I have retouched them. Isn't that splendid? Stephen said that my eyebrows are definitely not like that. Then the photographer said, no. And then he gives a technical explanation for what he has done with that. He says that they have a process now called the Delphi, and with the help of that process, he has added new set of eyebrows on his face. And he further explains that he has applied it to carry the hair away from the brow, because he doesn't like the hair low on the skull. Then the writer, he sarcastically asks oh, you don't like it, don't you? Then the photographer, he further goes on explaining without hesitating. He says, no, I don't like that. Then Stephen asks about his mouth. Is it mine? Then the photographer answers that, I have adjusted it a little. Yours is too low. I couldn't use it. Then again Stephen says that yours look like mine, but then asks again that, is it me? The photographer says yes, and then he again goes saying that I can fix that in the print. Again tells about a process that is called the sulfide, which will help him to remove the ears completely. Now while the photographer was explaining all these, Stephen, he cut him in between and said, listen, I came here for a photograph that would look like me. I only wanted a photo that showed my face exactly as God gave it to me. Even if it wasn't very special gift, but I wanted my friends to keep it after my death, so they could accept my loss and then remember me. But I was completely wrong. Then he says that people don't make such honest photographs anymore. So go ahead, do your work, take your negative, whatever you call it, and treat it with any chemical you like. Dip it in sulfide, bromide, oxide, cowhide, change everything, remove the eyes, fix the mouth, reshape the face, improve the lips, even make the tile look new, and even rebuild the waistcoat. Add a thick shine, darken it, raise the details, or cover it in gold, keep polishing it until even you agree it is perfect. And after all that, keep it for yourself only and your friends, okay? They may like it, but for me, it is nothing more than a worthless little decorative thing. And then Stephen leaves the studio with tears in his eyes. So the story shows that how the confidence of the writer, the narrator, it breaks when the photographer, he keeps on criticizing his face, his features, his facial features, okay? In the beginning, he is all okay that, okay, yes, yeah, my face is not that good. But then since the photographer was continuously telling that this is not right, this is not good, this is wrong, okay, so he was completely disheartened. And the story, it highlights the gap between how a person really looks and how a photo can be artificially improved, okay? And who knows it better than you all, that the real person, how they look, and by using filters and everything, how they are changed. In the end, the narrator just wanted an honest photograph that showed his real self, not a fake, perfect version. The writer also makes fun of the photographer's rude behavior, okay, and he tries to connect this to today's pressure of edited photos and unrealistic beauty standards. Today also, if anyone, there are very rare people who upload the photos as they have been clicked, okay? Just most of the people, somewhere or the other, either they add some filters or correct something there, correct the brightness or the face. I do that, okay? To be honest. So it is like that. So that was all about the story with the photographer. I'll see you in my next video where I have explained another story from your treasure trove ICSE class 10th syllabus. See you in my next video. Till then, bye bye, take care.